Welcome to FNM TV. We are Patrick Holland and JT DeMeo.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Getting ready for round 2. This is myself versus Bart Lowden. Bart's actually going to be running Kuldotha Red. This game, this week, I am of actually a majority that are playing Mono Black Control.
4 total?
4 or 5, if you count vampires.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
If you count vampires, that's about 5.
I should know I played that deck.
I am in the right with the white shirt, and Bart is on the left with the black hoodie. This is an interesting match. Honestly, I can't really say I remember too much of it off the top of my head. I've had a lot of drinking in between this game and narrating this, but we'll see what I can remember offhand. I just know that Obliterator is a big part of this.
Obliterator usually is, if you can land him against a deck like Kuldotha Red. It's a pretty fast deck. I believe you won the dice roll.
I have.
Oh, we saw in the last match. That's pretty key versus aggro decks.
Just a little bit, especially with discard and mono black.
If you're skilled enough to win the dice roll.
You have to have a lot of skill, being able to move your wrist in a certain way where you get high numbers. You know,
it's true. It's like draft, man. You got to be skilled enough to pull those bombs.
Yep.
All right, so he's gonna
mulligan.
Shuffle back. He probably didn't have Mountain Mac Maclaren Red that time.
No, probably not. You don't go. You don't keep if you don't have the ideal hand. Apparently, with Kuldotha.
I mean, it's not as much mulliganing as with Boros, but I mean, Boros still does a fair amount of mulliganing. You really need to have the turn 1 step links. That's the most explosive hand, obviously, but you can keep with like
Plated GOP'd Stoneforge.
Yeah, not even GOP'd. If you get like Stoneforge, Squadron Hawk, you can generate enough card advantage where you can just get there with those. Especially if you have a ton of fetch lands, because then you'll just
fetch the balls off of everything.
Really, yeah, after you grab the Adventuring Gear with the Stoneforge.
Yeah, and you thin out.
But
it's really nicely.
Let's
see
what Bart does. Bart can keep.
I believe he keeps here.
Even so, Kuldotha Rebirth on the play, like...
So apparently, he won the dice roll, but he started off with a contested war zone, which immediately sent red flags to me.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's a good thing he doesn't have red. No,
he does.
No mountains though. I mean, turn 3, he's looking at already having 3 dudes and swinging for 8 by this time with the Bushwhacker.
Yep,
that's his ideal draw. I mean, for him not to have either of those, that's a pretty abysmal draw.
So I'm gonna play a fetch land.
He does not want to go to 5.
Go and search. Yeah, going to 5. But even if you get like some of your ideal cards, you're still missing most of the strategy.
Is still a deck that mulligans well, because I mean, even if you get like 2 lands, a Rebirth, a Bushwhacker, and a Memna, you're still gonna win most of those games.
So right here, I'm sitting on a Sign in Blood, a Doomblade, Mimic Vat, and that's finally his first creature of the game.
He's going to Rebirth it.
Yeah, it sounds like he's gonna Rebirth.
I mean, that's not that big of a deal. I mean, Turn 1, that's kind of a beating, but turn 3, you've already expected him to have 3/3/3/1/1s out, so 3 power on the board by turn 3 isn't that big of a deal.
He's going to Rebirth.
Yep. Yeah, but you wish you had that mental misstep, don't you?
And he'll take a Doomblade to the face.
Doomblade to the face. Not understanding. Can you do that?
I'm going to need to read a Kuldotha Rebirth.
I don't think so. I think it's an additional cost to cast, isn't it?
That's right, it is. Oh, so, well, there's a misplay. And or a rules mishap in my favor, which I guess I'm happy about in retrospect. And there's an Inquisition of Kozilek, taking out whatever else he has left. Ooh. Which looks like it's a Bushwhacker, Goblin Chieftain. I believe he has a spike shot in there where the glare is, if I'm not mistaken.
But I think I would.
I'd take the Chieftain, yeah. Because he sets everything else off.
Get that Chieftain out of there.
I'd rather deal with a spike shot, and then I'll Sign in Blood. I'll help him out a little bit.
Very, very daring right there of you. But I mean, you've seen that he doesn't have double red, so he can't swing at you next turn unless he draws untapped land.
And I need that last black so I can bring out my Obliterator.
Okay.
I ended up foregoing putting in tech edges.
Does not have a lot of ways to deal with the Obliterator. There's that bane of my existence.
A little pest, that little guy. And it's actually a 2/1. A 2/1, he plays the Teetering Peaks on it and passes.
It's true. I mean, last...
Fetch, go down to, I believe, 16 at this point.
Another card I boarded in against Tempered Steel was Baneslayer Angel.
Smart.
And I boarded in 2, didn't see them. Didn't see any of my 9 sideboard cards besides the one event offering, so.
I believe that's exactly what happened when I played Anthony Biasetti. I didn't see any of my sideboard cards. And there's that key card to Mono Black, the new reverse negator.
The Phyrexian Obliterator.
And he lives up to his name because all he does is obliterate. Or get obliterated as soon as he's played, one of the two, but...
Personally, I was not impressed.
Really?
Not impressed this week by him.
In my matches, I was very happy with my obliterators.
Mono Black isn't worth playing him.
As I will block the Bushwhacker, and he'll sack 3 permanents.
3 permanents. That seems pretty bad a swing on his part there.
I
don't know if I like that. Sack a Warzone. Is he going to sack the 3 lands? Or I would just sack that guy because he's going to go into combat anyway.
He can't because it's not first strike, but it happened anyway, which is kind of reverses the whole Kuldotha incident earlier.
Okay.
I'll duress, make sure he has nothing in his hand, I'll swing with Obliterator.
Kind of a makeup call, if you will.
Mm-hmm. I played the Mimic Vat, honestly, at that point, because I have 2 in hand, nothing else really. I'm sitting on a Painful Quandary in hand, which is my tech card, trying to give Mono Black actual control.
Ooh, that is a pretty nice draw versus him.
And a Goblin Guide on the
Consuming
board.
Vapor's pretty good.
Which really kind of negates any of my Sign and Blood damage that I take.
Also, blanks some of his damage as well.
Yep.
And it's 2 for 1, built in, so...
I'll gain the 2 here.
Take 5 here.
Personally, I think in this position I would have sacked the Signal Pest.
Now, do you put him on the... No, just don't care?
Don't care. Honestly, I'm in a pretty commanding spot. I even mentioned actually in the audio that I missed the timing, and I'll do it again next turn off of my Consuming Vapors. I'll miss the timing on it again.
Yeah, actually, I forgot to Stagger Shock on a cube draft the other day. It's not very happy.
That's...
Forgot the rebound. It's the worst.
With that one, there's no reason not to. With you can keep that exiled if there's no cards to remove.
Yeah. But cube draft is another topic for another day.
And then I go and actually imprint because this time I'm not an idiot. So I'll take that Signal Pest and make my Obliterator a giant dude. And there's my full art Sign and Blood. Looking
like a baller.
Looking like a baller. Shot collar. Sign and Blood.
2, does not care about the 2 life here.
Not at all.
You're in a very commanding position. He only has 2 lands, stuck on red, so even if he draws a Chieftain, it doesn't do him much good.
Even if I ever hit any issues with damage or life, I can just not attack with Obliterator.
He cannot balk here. So, but, again, Obliterator, he almost says just 5/5 unblockable.
Yep.
You're almost never going to block him.
There's almost no reason to.
I don't know if that's worth black.
Jinxed Idol. He's going to give me a Jinxed Idol, and I will gladly take the 2 damage.
I'm just not really sure.
Yeah.
If 5/5 unblockable is worth 4 black mana.
Personally, I think he's costed fairly.
Now put it this way: if you were green-black and you played the card that he has to be blocked this turn, and you draw a card, that's kind of a blowout.
What is that again? It's
Irresistible Urge, maybe. Something like that.
Yeah, Irresistible Prey. That's
Irresistible Prey. Yes, that's right.
That's pretty solid. It's about a turn 5 play. You turn 4, keep a Verdant Catacombs in hand, play it turn 5, get it for 1 green, play it.
Actually, they Emerald on me, and I made them block that.